Most of us only admire the HWS sailing team from the shores of Seneca Lake while not truly understanding the intricacies of the sport nor the team dynamic. In sailing, HWS competes in team racing, co-ed dinghy racing, and in women's regattas. And they compete in sloop and single-handed championships. This means, as a Heron, Chrissy Jerzak Little practiced and competed every day with not only her Heron teammates, but also her Hobart teammates. Our HWS sailing team competes in a conference while also racing in regattas that prepare the team for postseason. Sailing programs, including our nationally recognized sailing team, set their sights each year on qualifying for conference and national championships. Teams compete in A and B divisions with the combination of the score creating a team score. Chrissy helped the college's sailing team capture 4 Middle Atlantic Intercollegiate Sailing Association championships, including the 1999 Mesa Women's Dinghy Championship, clinching the program's first trip to the Women's National Championship. HWS sailing head coach Scotty Clay said, "Chrissy put the William Smith sailing program on the map. She was the best women's skipper of the era from the mid-90s through the mid-2000s. Chrissy made waves as a sophomore, securing the Addie Sigmund's Class of 1996 Most Valuable Sailing Award. A team captain as a junior, Chrissy sailed in A Division in the Women's National Championship Regatta in St. Petersburg, Florida, helping the Herons finish 9th overall. Among her successes that season, Chrissy finished 3rd in the Mesa Sloop Championship. Chrissy was named an All-Mesa skipper that year, and at the annual Heron Awards dinner, she took home the Addie Sigmund's Class of 1996 award as the team MVP for the 2nd year in a row. In Chrissy's senior year, she again served as team captain and picked up her 3rd consecutive Addie Sigmund's Most Valuable Sailing Award and collected a 2nd All-Mesa skipper honor. The Herons narrowly missed a return trip to the Women's National Championship, finishing fourth in the Mesa Women's Championship, but Chrissy did successfully navigate waters no other Heron had experienced. She is the first Heron to earn All-American skipper honors. Chrissy graduated with a bachelor's degree in environmental studies. She returned to her alma mater for immediately after graduation to serve as an assistant sailing coach. Chrissy helped HWS win several regattas, including the Hobart and William Smith Fall Invitational and the Atlantic Coast Dinghy Championship, and guided the Herons back to the Women's National Championship, where they finished 9th. Today, the William Smith Sailing Coaches Award is named in her honor and is presented to the team's most improved sailor. Chrissy, who currently lives in Brick, New Jersey, is a regional director for project management for environmental remediation and financial services, and is the only female in the company. She competes and succeeds because she is a Heron. It is my honor to present Chrissy Jerzak Little as a member of the Heron Hall of Honor, Class of 2016.
Thank you. Wow, that was a lot. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Deb, and your amazing team of coaches and staff. Thank you to the Heron Society for organizing such an amazing weekend and your tireless efforts. And happy birthday to the Herons. Thank you to all of my friends and former teammates for making this trip to this event. Katie and Jay, thank you for being here. Your presence here makes me proud of this college, this athletic department, and most especially the Hobart William Smith sailing team. To all my teammates near and far, you sincerely should be standing up here next to me. Okay, so aside from the obvious of being smart athletes, Herons are also hard workers, we're conscientious, we're dependable and dedicated. We're fearless, we're loyal and strong. We endure, we grow, we persevere, we rise to the challenge. We are leaders, we refuse to lose, and we never, ever give up, right? Right? Right. In all honesty, I think I was born a Heron. I believe that I've had these characteristics ever since I was a child, for as long as I can remember. I just wish I knew when I was applying for colleges, because it probably would have saved a lot of stress. Here's a quick example of what I think when I truly embrace the Heron spirit of courage, perseverance, passion, and leadership. My senior year was supposed to be a big year for me. We just came off a very successful junior year. the summer before my senior year, when I was getting ready, I tore my ACL. So we were kind of bummed about that. I was very devastated, and I was terrified to call Scott with the news. But he relieved me, because he said, this was during the time when Lance Armstrong was dominating the cycling world and also overcoming cancer. So he said, literally word for word, if Lance Armstrong can do it, so can you. And I was like, Scott, definitely not Lance Armstrong here, so. But he calmed me down, and he said, no, you're just like him. You're a hard worker, you're a fighter, and you never give up. So I drank the Scotty Clay Kool-Aid. I believed him. I actually elected to not have surgery my senior year, and I sailed my fall and spring season fully equipped with a DonJoy brace, with some courage, a little bit of doubt, but I stepped up to the challenge. And I actually finished that year honored to be part of the sailing All-American sailing team, so that was pretty cool. In reflection of being a Heron here, because it was the most challenging but yet the most rewarding experience of my life, I learned a lot about being a student athlete. I learned to be a student and an athlete, but also to not spread myself too thin. Scotto used to always tell us that you can only do 3 things great, but you can do many things mediocre. So it was up to us to decide. So I picked 3 things. 1, family. 2, academics. And 3, sailing. And I wasn't gonna let anything step in my way. So I learned how to be diverse and to step up for the challenge. While I was also here, I learned that this campus was full of diversity, and I learned on the water or whether I was in the classroom that somebody's strengths might make me better, but my strengths might also make somebody else better. And I really tried to embrace that. The most important thing that I did learn being a Heron was that women are strong, women deserve to compete, and women win. Receiving this honor is a dream come true for me. I made a lot of sacrifices to get to this day today. I worked very hard to get to this point today. And when making those sacrifices, I hoped it would pay off, and here we are today, which is pretty cool. It feels pretty amazing. Just reflection when I was a kid, I wasn't a natural sailor. Believe it or not, my first loves were soccer and basketball. But again, the knee problems. Due to a few knee surgeries at a very young age, I was forced to find a sport that I could try to compete at the intensity that I would do at the soccer field or basketball court, and I picked sailing. So although I always say soccer and basketball were my first loves, sailing was my true love. And sailing at Hobart and William Smith has to be a love. I mean, you chip ice out of the bottom of your boat to go to practice. I mean, it definitely has to be a love. We drive 12 hours round trip just to go to compete for a weekend. The Hobart and William Smith sailing team, they practice hard. We condition hard. I sacrificed a social life for a life at the gym. And I'm very, very proud of that. Hobart and William Smith sailors are definitely a rare breed, hence the chipping the ice out of the bottom of the boats. I firmly believe that, although times have changed, I'm sorry, I just wanted to retrack a little bit. Although times have changed, I firmly believe that Hobart and William Smith sailors at any generation, any age, any year here are definitely a different breed. And specifically when you're under the tutelage of Scotty Clay, you're definitely part of a different breed. He pushes you hard. We make sacrifices, we work hard, we love the sport, and Hobart and William Smith sailors definitely win. I want to take this opportunity to thank a few people that are very important in my life. Thank you to my parents for being here. And I'm going to try really hard to get through this. But thank you for getting me here. I did not do this alone, and it's truly because of you. It all started when I was 5 years old on that soccer field, and you gave me that taste of competition. And I think it clicked immediately that when I was on that field, I was competing for not just winning a game, it was for pride. And it felt really, really cool. Sometimes I fell short, but most of the time I won. I may not have won the game. I may not have scored the winning goal. I may not have hit that last second basket or won that regatta. But I know that when the competition was over and I gave it my all, that was a win in my books. Only the next time I knew that my all was going to be elevated to another level. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for instilling that in me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to my husband, Jason, and my extended family and friends that have made this trip here. I know we weren't in each other's lives when I was in college, but I want to thank you for all of your support and motivation to help me continue in my life with the same eagerness, energy, and commitment as I did when I was a student athlete here. Thank you to Michelle Eclay for being that big sister that I always wanted. Thank you for all of your love and support over the years. Last but not least, I cannot leave out my fearless leader, Scott Eclay. Scott, thank you for believing me when no one else would. Thank you for taking that chance on me when no one else would. Thank you for teaching me everything that I could ever know about sailing, family, school, fitness, nutrition, and yes, cloud formations. I don't know why you picked me. I don't know why you took me under your wing to teach me everything that you know, and I probably never will, but thank you. So when I receive this award, Scott, it's because of you. Thank you very much.